Get the home field advantage every time with Fairfield by Marriott, official hotel partner of the NCAA. Whether you're a student athlete working toward your championship dreams or your team's biggest fan, Fairfield by Marriott has everything you need to get ready for game day. From comfortable guest rooms to complimentary hot breakfast, Fairfield is part of the Marriott Bonvoy portfolio of hotels and official hotel partner of the NCAA. Visit fairfield.marriott.com to book your next game day stay.
The U.S. Border Patrol has exciting and rewarding career opportunities with the nation's largest law enforcement organization. Earn great pay with outstanding federal benefits and up to $20,000 in recruitment incentives. Learn more online at cbp.gov/career/USBP.
Welcome into The Verge, a show which covers the Baltimore Orioles minor leagues. The Verge is part of BSL Radio. Baltimore Sports and Life is dedicated to analysis and discussion on the Orioles, Baltimore Ravens, and the University of Maryland. The site has a team of writers providing coverage of those teams and houses live streaming content weekly. Join the conversations at the message board, like BSL on Facebook, and follow BSL on Twitter.
Want to make a podcast? Spotify's got a platform that lets you make one super easily, then distribute it everywhere and even earn money, all in one place for free. It's called Spotify for Podcasters, and here's how it works. Spotify for Podcasters lets you record and edit podcasts right from your phone or computer, so no matter what your setup is like, you can start creating today. Then you can distribute your podcast to Spotify and everywhere else podcasts are heard. Video podcasts are also available on Spotify. With Spotify for Podcasters, you can earn money in a variety of ways, including ads and podcast subscriptions. And best of all, it's totally free with no catch. Ever since we discovered Spotify for Podcasters, we feel like having options like video podcasts and Q&A lets us be more creative on another level. I highly recommend you give it a try. Download the Spotify for Podcasters app or go to www.spotify.com/podcasters to get started.
Good morning, and thank you for listening to today's On the Verge Daily. I'm your host, Bob Phelan, recapping the games from Saturday, June 24th. The Orioles did play a game yesterday, and it was a interesting one to say the least. Ryan McKenna forever. Game-winning two-run home run in the bottom of the 10th, walk-off fashion was exciting. Felix Bautista blew a save, threw a fastball middle to a guy who's a pure mistake hitter, and he paid for it, but he still struck out two other batters, and Mike Baumann looked great in the top of the 10th. We also saw a little bit of this is why Aaron Hicks, this is why Adam Frazier yesterday, so all's well that ends well. Hopefully the Orioles can win the series today. But let's take a look at what the Baby Birds did yesterday. Norfolk Tides defeated Nashville 5-3. It was a bullpen game. Edward Bizzardo started, pitched 2 innings, gave up 2 runs on 5 hits, no walks with 3 strikeouts. Kyle Dowdy pitched 3 scoreless innings after that. Joey Crable, a scoreless inning. Easton Lucas, 2 scoreless innings. And then Nick Vespi finished up with 3 innings, giving up 1 unearned run because it went 11 innings. And he let 1 inherited runner score in the bottom of the 10th. But it was pretty good pitching by the Norfolk bullpen. And, of course, the bats came through. Colton Cowser was 1 for 6 with a run. Ryan Mountcastle, I don't know if this is a rehab or just a get right or be able to play baseball while not fully getting rid of the vertigo symptoms, but he was 0 for 3 with 2 walks in a run, so been walking a lot down there. Heston Kjerstad took maybe his first 0 for since his first game with Norfolk. Jordan Westberg, he's still trying to make the majors, still knocking on that door. He will not give up. 3 for 5 with the game-winning RBI, I believe. He also stole his 6th base. Connor Norby left the game after fouling a ball off his shin, hopefully just precautionary. But Josh Lester, recently demoted, came in, went 1 for 4 in his place with a run and an RBI. Cesar Prieto continued to hit 2 singles in 5 at-bats, no walks, no strikeouts, batting .357 with a .946 OPS, which is very Cesar Prieto of him. Daz Cameron was 1 for 4 with a run, an RBI, a walk, and his 11th double and 15th stolen base. Ben DeLuzio had a single, and Ramon Rodriguez had 2 singles to finish out the offense. They had fun in Altoona, making up for that last game. Billy Bay Sox defeat Altoona 15-1. And we really just need to stop a second and talk about Coby Mayo. He was 3 for 4 in this game, 3 runs, an RBI, a walk, his 14th home run of the season. For the month of June, he's batting .370 with a 1260 OPS, walking just under 17% of the time, striking out under 25% of the time, 229 WRC plus, 395 ISO. He has 9 doubles, a triple, and 7 home runs this month to go with 17 walks. And there are still 5 more games to be played in the month of June, so who knows what he's going to do. He won Player of the Week, not this current week, but the week before, by hitting .417 with a 1476 OPS, 2 doubles, a triple, and 3 home runs. Well, guess what he's doing this week to follow up? He's batting .478 with a 1599 OPS, more walks than strikeouts, 4 doubles, and 3 home runs. So he could very well win back-to-back Eastern League Players of the Week. And at this point, I'd be surprised if he didn't, because even if he goes 0 for today, his numbers are going to look very similar to last week when he won it. Just unbelievable stuff. The huge breakout we've been waiting for, and I was kind of expecting this to happen. I mean, maybe he's even doing better than I imagined, but he is a dude. He is untouchable in my eyes as far as the trade deadline comes. He's up there with Jackson Holliday and Gunnar Henderson and Adley Rutschman for me as keystones of this future Orioles dynasty. But he wasn't the only guy providing offense in this game for the Bay Sox. Judd Fabian led off, was 1 for 5 with his 3rd home run since joining AA. He also walked and scored 2 runs. Shane Fontana was 2 for 5 with 2 runs. T.T. Bowens, 1 for 5 with 3 runs and an RBI. Joe Zafrosa, 1 for 3 with 2 runs, 2 RBIs, and 2 walks. Zach Watson was 1 for 4 with a walk and, a grand slam in the 5th inning. Donta Williams, 1 for 4 with 2 runs, an RBI, a walk, and his 10th stolen base. And Anthony Servideo, 3 for 5 with 4 RBI. Great game for him as well. Carlos Tavera finally had a really nice outing. He only walked 2 batters, gave up an unearned run over 5 innings, struck out 5, no home runs allowed. His 5.86 ERA doesn't exactly show off the kind of stuff that he has, but he's really got to put it together if he wants to stay a starter option. But worst case, he's another, I feel like, high leverage reliever upside type of guy. And Houston Roth came in, pitched 4 innings of scoreless baseball to get the save. His second, struck out 4, and he has a similar ERA to Tavera, 5.85, although his stuff is not nearly as good. Ironbirds played a doubleheader in Wilmington after their rainout the night before. They won Game 1 6-1. Ryan Long pitched 4 innings, only giving up 1 run. On 3 hits, a walk, and 6 strikeouts. He has a 2.31 ERA on the season, and God, he has just been on point. He's able to basically put the ball where he wants it in the zone, and that is the key for him. Antonio Velez came in, pitched 3 innings of scoreless baseball, got the win with 4 strikeouts. He has a 2.08 ERA pitching out of the Ironbirds bullpen. Max Wagner led off. He was 0 for 3, but he walked, stole his 20th base, and scored a run. Jackson Holliday, who has not been that great in the month of June, trying to end strong, 1 for 3 with 2 runs, an RBI, and a walk. Dylan Beavers, great game, 3 for 3 with a run, a walk, his 14th stolen base, and his 18th double. Frederick Bencosme was 0 for 4, but he had an RBI. Isaac De Leon walked and scored a run, and Ryan Higgins back with Aberdeen, 1 for 3 with a 2-run homer in the 6th inning. Unfortunately, Game 2 went the other way, extra innings, as Wilmington walked it off in the bottom of the 8th on Cameron Weston, who pitched really good, other than letting the ghost runner score from second base in extras. He pitched 3 1/3 innings, giving up 2 hits, a walk with 2 strikeouts in that game, but Juan Nunez made his high A debut to start the game and gave up 4 runs over 3 1/3, walked 3, struck out 4. As we've seen, he gets better as he goes on at a level. At least that's what he did with Delmarva. Let's see if he can do that as he gets more starts in high A. And Graham Fireved, he struck out 2 of the 3 batters he faced, walking the other. Max Wagner was 2 for 4 with his 7th double leading off this game. And Jackson Holliday, once again, 1 for 3 with a run and a walk. Also stole his 16th base. Dylan Beavers, after going 3 for 3 in Game 1, 0 for 4 in Game 2 with a run and an RBI. Creed Willems walked. Frederick Bencosme was 2 for 3 with a run, an RBI, a walk, and his 9th double. Oh, yeah, I just realized that Jackson Holliday's lone hit in the game was his 5th triple. So nice to see some extra bases as well for the young shortstop who was playing second base in this game. Jacob Teeter was 2 for 4 with a run and RBI in his 6th double. And the only other offense was Isaac Bellany, who has just been all over the place when it comes to levels in the Orioles minor league system this year, 2 for 4 with his 4th double. Delmarva, they won an extra inning game 4-3 against Augusta. Zach Showalter made his first full season start, and he was really good despite the baseline numbers. He gave up 1 run over 3 2/3 on 5 hits and 2 walks with only 3 strikeouts, but he had 16 whiffs in a game, a 35% CSW. He's the real deal. Mid-90s riding fastball with hop. Got the sweeper going, the changeup. I think he's going to be shooting up our top 50 for the rest of this season. Cesar Alvarez, 1 1/3 with 2 strikeouts, scoreless innings. Edgar Portes, he gave up 2 runs over 4 innings with 7 strikeouts and only 1 walk. And Hugo Beltran pitched an inning with a strikeout to get the win to improve to 3-0. Rolfie Cruz led off, FCL superstar. He was 1 for 5 and stole his first base with Delmarva. Samuel Basayo followed him, was 2 for 4 with 2 runs and a walk. Greg Cullen was 1 for 3 with 2 walks, continuing his rehab. Anderson De Los Santos, 1 for 5 with an RBI. Nolberth Romero, 1 for 3 with a run and RBI, his 3rd double and his 3rd stolen base with Delmarva. Angel Tejada, 1 for 3 as well with an RBI, a walk, and his 4th stolen base. Brian Hernandez, catcher, 2 for 4 with a run and an RBI because he hit a solo home run in the 7th inning. He's been between FCL and low A for the past couple years. He's batting 171 with the 721 OPS on the season. Adam Crampton, 0 for 3, and Luis Gonzalez was 1 for 4. Down in the FCL, the Orioles lost to the Pirates, who they seem to be playing at least 4 or 5 times a week, 5-6. Brian Bautista gave up 2 runs over 3 innings with 4 strikeouts. Braylon Severa walked twice, scored a run, and had an RBI. Edwin Amparo, he got on base via walk, stole second base, his 2nd of the year. Michael Hernandez worked a walk. Raylan Ramos was 1 for 3 with a triple, his 1st of the season, a run and an RBI. He's had a really good start. Thomas Sosa, 1 for 3 with a run and RBI, a walk, and his 1st stolen base of the year. And Colin Burns, continuing rehab, 1 for 3 with a walk and an RBI. The DSL was a tale of 2 ways to win a game for the Orioles as they defeated the White Sox 1-0 behind some pretty good pitching. Francisco Morales pitched 3 scoreless to start off. Juan Duran had 3 scoreless with 3 strikeouts and got the win. And Jildani Ganau pitched a scoreless 7th to get the save. The offense, it was Joan Aker Sandoval, 1 for 2 with a solo home run in the 2nd inning, and that was the lone scoring in the game. There were 3 other hits and 2 walks for the Orioles team. Felix Amparo was 1 for 2 with a walk in his 8th stolen base. Jose Perez was 1 for 2 with a walk, and Luis Vicioso was 1 for 2. The other way the Orioles won in the DSL was by crushing the Padres 16-6. Javier Gonzalez got the win, pitching 5 innings, giving up 3 runs on 6 hits and 2 walks with 7 strikeouts. He's got a 4.26 ERA on the young season. Let me catch my breath a bit before I go into the offense because they had 11 hits and 15 walks in the game. Fernando Peguero was 1 for 4 with 2 runs, an RBI, a walk, and his 5th double. Ellis Cuevas, 2 for 3 with 2 runs, an RBI, 2 walks, and his 6th double. Juan Martinez was 0 for 4 but walked and scored 2 runs. Adriander Mejia was 2 for 3 with 2 runs, 2 walks. Luis Guevara was 1 for 1 with 2 runs, an RBI, 4 walks. Jose Noguera was 1 for 4 with a run, 3 RBIs, a walk, and his 2nd double. Elvis Rojas was 2 for 4 with a run, an RBI, a walk, and 2 doubles, giving him 3 on the season. Brainy Ramirez, pinch hit in the middle of the game, was 1 for 1 with 2 runs, an RBI, 2 walks. And Sebastian De Los Santos was 1 for 3 with 2 runs and a walk. So that'll do it for yesterday's action. A lot of stuff going on. Some more today, as it's Sunday, last day of the week for games, and not sure who's starting for AAA. It could be Drew Rom, or it could be another bullpen game, I'm not sure, with Bruce Zimmerman being called up. Michael Givens' rehab appearance canceled, so we shall see. Bowie again does not have a listed starter for this evening, but Daniel Lloyd looks to be starting for Aberdeen, and Alfred Vega is the listed starter for Delmarva. So someone will be back to talk about all those games tomorrow. And Coby Mayo, let's finish the week strong, get back-to-back Player of the Weeks. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being a patron. That'll do it for this week's episode of On the Verge. Be sure to check out our Patreon page where you can help show your support for the show and get bonus content, including monthly top 50 updates to our prospect list and daily game recaps during the season, and much, much more.